Hi everyone, welcome back to Nat's Life. So today I'm going to be doing a review of Billy Elliot The Musical. So I went to see Billy Elliot The Musical last Saturday, which was Saturday the 28th of May. I saw the 2:30 PM performance at Bradford Alhambra. We had a little boy called Hayden May playing Billy. Yeah, the London production has now ended. It's been running for, I believe, 12 years. I think it was 2004 that it opened. And it's based on the film Billy Elliot, just in case you don't know. So I've wanted to see Billy Elliot the Musical for ages. I think I went to London for my 15th birthday and I had a choice of various different shows that I was going to try and see. To see which one we could get tickets for, and we ended up going to see Mamma Mia, but Billy Elliot was one of the ones I wanted to go and see, so that was quite a few years ago. And then it's always been on the list of things that I've wanted to see, and then when I heard it was closing in London, but it was going on tour, I was like, right, that's it, this is my chance. I've got to see it now, or it's now or never. I'm not going to get to see it, I'm going to have to wait quite a long time. And I'm so glad I went to see it. I really enjoyed it. I actually can't believe how much I did enjoy it. Like, I expected to enjoy it, and I knew it was going to be good, and I'd heard loads of really good things about it, but I just didn't. It was so powerful and emotional and funny, and there were bits where they'd be like, can they say that? Are they allowed to say that? Can they get away with that? Because it's set in the 80s, so there's quite a lot of language in it. Lots and lots of uses of like the F word. Like the teachers saying things to the kids that they would no way get away with like nowadays. The rest of the cast, we had Annette McLaughlin playing Mrs. Wilkinson, sorry. I actually saw her 3 years ago in London in Matilda the Musical playing Mrs. Wormwood. So, and that is it's a similar role in that it's massively, there's lots of dance, they've got to be able to do a lot of dance, so I was really impressed with her in that, so I was like, right, I'm interested to see this, I'm interested to see her again. My mum really liked Michael as well, the little boy playing Michael, who's Billy's like best friend who turns out to be gay, who grows up to be gay. That was a really funny bit. That really surprised me as well. They did a song where they're like dressing up in his mum's clothes, and I think it's called Expressing Yourself, that song. And it starts off in his bedroom, and then it ends up that there's like full size, don't even know what to call them, the people, but they've got like a massive costume on, so it looks like they're like dancing dresses, and that was just so funny and so unexpected. And it was just, that bit was brilliant, and the little kid playing him had so much attitude and so much confidence, and he was brilliant. He absolutely, like, that scene was hilarious because of him. My favourite song was Solidarity, which it's like an 11-minute dance scene where it's the miners and the police having it's not a fight, it's the miners versus the police. But then it's got cut into it. It's got the dancing classes and the ballet girls and things, and I just thought it was so clever. And I loved the way that the contrast of the miners and the police to the ballet girls doing all the soft ballet and the dancing and what was going on inside versus what was going on with them, and they were fighting and swearing at each other and shouting and, you know, like taunting each other, and so that bit was really interesting. I think it's quite early on in the show, and I remember watching that bit, and that was when I went, I'm loving this. Like, I was watching it, I was thinking, I can't believe how good this is brilliant. So that bit I really enjoyed. And another bit I really enjoyed was right at the end of the first half, there's a dance called Angry Dance, which is just after he's missed his audition for the school, and I think it's when Mrs. Wilkinson goes to see his dad and his brother, and they all have the argument, and they're all shouting at each other, and then he goes off and he does this dance, and I'm not even sure what it was. There was bits of tap in it, where he started off, he went up onto like a raised platform that was meant to be his bedroom, and he did a tap dance stood on there, but the bedroom was turning round. So he was obviously dancing on the floor, but then the floor was moving at the same time. And it was just so, that was brilliant. And then he's like, the police came out with the riot shields and he's like jumping off them, and it was brilliant. That was really powerful, and it was a great big ending to Act 1. Back to Annette McLaughlin, something she was brilliant at. Her dance, one of her main dancers was called Born to Boogie, which was the substitute for I Love to Boogie from the film where Billy and the teacher dance. Sorry, Mrs. Wilkinson, Mr. Braithwaite, who does the music, and Billy make up the dance for the audition. And this bit was amazing. It was Mr. Braithwaite, who was played by, they always get an actor who was a really tall, the guy must have been about 6 foot, and he was massive. He was a massive guy, and he was out there tapping alongside Mrs. Wilkinson and Billy. And like, when he started doing that, the whole audience was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then they got skipping ropes out and they started tapping and skipping at the same time. And it was one of those things that you just think, God, I couldn't do that. Like, I'd have no chance of doing it. It was brilliant. It was so, just little things like that you know for a show about dance, it's the dancing's got to be up there, but it wasn't just good dance, it was tricks like that made you go, wow, this is good. They are bloody brilliant actors. Yeah, a little side note. I bought a programme, so that was my programme. I was actually really impressed. I think this cost me, £6.50, or there was the traditional, this has got like, so that bit's a page of song lyrics. Then there's, see, there's your massive, there's like cast info. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you've got a big fold out page with photos. So, although £6.50, yeah, then you've got your cast info. You've even got translations, because it's set in Newcastle, so it's a Geordie accent, so they've actually put translations and things that I really liked. Yeah, so £6.50 for that I didn't think was bad, because the normal traditional, like your A5 programme that just had like cast information and crew information, and it was like adverts and things and bits about the venue and the tour. That was about, I think that was about £3.50. So I thought for like £6.50 to get a big book, and that's Angry Dance, by the way, when he went into a crate. Yeah, so I thought that was really good. I even bought, on the way in when I was buying my programme, they had like, I was looking at the merch. I always look at the merch, I never buy anything, I only ever buy a programme. And this time I saw they had a hoodie, and on the way out, just as we were leaving, I said, actually, I think I might get that hoodie, because I was going to wear it for this video, but I've not. It's actually a really nice, well-made quality hoodie. And it had the Billy Elliot logo on the front, and then on the back it says Billy, but then across it it's got like be yourself, believe. It's got like inspirational lines that are said during the show, and I saw that and I was like, yeah, I think I need to get that. So it was £35, which is quite expensive, but it's quite a well-made hoodie, and I saw it, and the things it said on the back, I was like, yeah, that's me. So I did buy that. Yeah, so I just thought that for once, actually, for a touring production, the merchandise was quite good, and for like to get your programme and that, I didn't think that was a bad price. Yeah, and then afterwards, I always go to the stage door and take my programme and see if any of the cast do come out, if I can catch them. What was really nice about this time is the cast they were genuinely lovely people. So we went out and there was quite a big crowd, but it was more people in groups. It wasn't like loads of people at the stage door. And as the cast came out, rather than people having to like grab them, they all came out and, oh, hi, is everybody all right? Would anybody like an autograph? But not in like a cocky way, asking, oh, does anybody want my autograph? But they were really lovely, and then they'd come out, and it was Annette McLaughlin actually who came out and said, you know, would you like an autograph? Signed my programme, and that's when I was telling her, I said, oh, I think I saw you 3 years ago in Matilda as Mrs. Wormwood, and she was talking to me about that. And then my mum was talking to the band and joking with them, and quite a lot of them actually, they asked like where we were from, and they were genuinely interested, like where we'd come from, and because my mum was saying that like my dad's various people in our family were like minors and stuff, so they were asking us about that, and you know, like the background, they were genuinely interested and stopped to talk and were asking, you know, did we enjoy the show and that kind of thing. They were really nice people, they were really lovely, no rush, and they wanted to stop and talk to you, so that's always lovely to me. Is I always go to the stage door and I feel like it rounds off my day for me. It's like an extra added bit. Yeah, so I think overall my favourite character was definitely Mrs. Wilkinson, because I just thought she was so talented and so good. And then again, she was really lovely at the stage door afterwards, which was nice. My only little criticism of the show, and it is tiny, is they didn't do I Love to Boogie, which for obvious reasons is probably copyrighted, and they couldn't. That's what Born to Boogie, the other song, was. Their original song was in replacement of. But it's like that iconic song from Billy Elliot, so I wasn't really expecting it. So I think if they'd have done it, it would have surprised me, and I would have enjoyed it. But it was still a fantastic production. My mum did say that Tony, who's Billy's brother, his accent slipped a little bit, but I didn't notice personally. So there were a couple of times that he lost his accent, but I wouldn't have known. If my mum wouldn't have pointed it out to me, I wouldn't have known. So again, because a lot of them weren't Geordie, that wasn't their native. I think a couple of the kids were. I think Michael was. I think the dad possibly was. I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't remember anyway. At the end of the day, so yeah, that was impressive, and like for the kids to keep it up, that was impressive. So overall, I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. I did have to knock that half a point off just because there was no I Love to Boogie, but I would definitely go and see it again. I'm really upset actually that I didn't get to see it in London, because if I'd have seen it in London, I still would have gone to see the tour. I'd love to see it again. And I bought the DVD actually so that I can keep watching it. But yeah, I loved it. It was a fantastic production. So 4 out of 5 stars. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're going to see Billy Elliot, or you've been to see Billy Elliot, I'd really love to know what you thought of it, and if you enjoyed it as much as me. You can probably tell I absolutely loved it. Or if you want to know anything else, or I'll try and, if I can, I'll leave a link down below for the tour. So if you do want to get tickets or you're thinking about it, I hope I've convinced you to go and see it, because it was fantastic. I really did enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye then.